So, as today draws to a close, it's worth pointing out that Peterbone has indeed, as suspected, been suspended by Parliament after a vote across Parliament, and he faces almost certainly a recall vote by his constituents, which will mean a by-election. And in the last election, he scored 18,540 vote majority, and that is smaller than the majorities overturned by Labour in Mid Bedfordshire and Tamworth in the last week. So the likelihood is that the by-election, the Conservative candidate will lose, and let's see whether or not the Conservative candidate is somebody as rude and as ignoble as Andrew Cooper, who will be using the expression F off to people who don't have enough money and who are using food banks. If this is the appropriate way for a candidate for Parliament to treat people who perhaps don't have all the advantages that he has. So, let's see whether or not the Conservative Party can field somebody with grace and with the civility to listen to the other party claiming victory and delivering a victory speech. Or are they going to slope off in a sulky, unpleasant, undignified, and childish manner in the same way as Andrew Cooper did? Let's see if that happens in the by-election that will almost certainly be triggered by Peterbone's suspension. And almost certainly his constituents in this in this Conservative heartland are going to turn against the Conservatives as they've turned against the Conservatives in the heartland of Mid Bedfordshire, and I think they will look at the scurrilous behaviour of their sitting MP and think, well, not again, and maybe at a general election they may go back to the Conservatives, but I think it's unlikely at the moment because the Conservatives have lost their core vote. And as they listen to the echo chamber that is Conservative Central Command, they will think, yes, we need to become more conservative. We need to be getting rid of the small boats. We need to be more and more aggressive towards poor people. We need to be sending out signals to the countries who we are in alliance with, and ignoring the plight of individuals who are suffering. That is the new Conservative identity. It's a far cry, by the way, from the identity of conservatism under Mrs. Thatcher, under Edward Heath, certainly under Macmillan. I think it's even a far cry from the conservatism under John Major and David Cameron. But that is the conservatism of Theresa May, of Rishi Sunak by default, I think. I don't think it's his natural position. But it's definitely the conservatism of Liz Truss. This is what she embraced when she left the Liberal Party. God forbid that conservatism would be mistaken for some form of electable version of the Liberal Party. Never again, I suspect, if it continues in this route, never again will it command a majority in the House of Commons. It needs to think very carefully in the next few months about where its direction needs to go if it's going to retain power or gain power ever again. That is my prediction. If the Conservatives lurch further to the right, if they embrace the weirdness of Priti Patel, Suella Braverman, and the nasties, they will never again have the key to number 10 Downing Street. But Peterbone, the person who inaugurated Brexit in so many ways with his in-out Northampton referendum, he now faces his own comeuppance, and with his string of acolytes, he is now done for. That's it. Goodbye, Peterbone, and I'm sure he will have something to say to his wife or his ex-wife or whatever, or to his new partner. And great, I hope they can look after him.